Welcome back, guys, to We Talk Boxing, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Dmitry Bivol. Now, he's recently come out, and put a statement out there and saying that he's open, to the opportunity of potentially moving down a weight to the 168-pound division and maybe facing, the winner of Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez, which that looks like a likely fight to pretty much happen because Canelo Alvarez obviously has recently signed with the PBC and he signed a three-fight multi-fight deal, which he's going to be earning a stupid amount of money. I think he's not over 100 million. Just for three fights. And obviously the PBC have got some good 168 pounders under their roster, such as David Benavides. You got David Morale, Dimitri Andrade, and obviously Charlo, who obviously is the man. So pretty much Alvarez has gone down. Sorry, Alvarez is looking to fight some of the best fighters in 168. And depending, I just had to literally stop that until the ice cream van had to go away. But anyway, let me get back on track to what I was saying. Now, depending on obviously what happens between that potential bout with Canelo Alvarez and Charlo, Bivol said he's open to the opportunity. So, to maybe go down from 175 to 168 and take on, a Charlo. If Charlo, let's say, beats Canelo Alvarez and try and challenge for the belts, because he said, Dmitry Bivol, he said that he's interested in belts. Do you know what I mean? He wants to collect belts. It doesn't matter about the opponent, and that's his exact words. Do you know what I mean? And I like this from a fighter. Do you know what I mean? So, rather than being just for money, do you know what I mean? You want reputation. You want, you want to build your legacy. Do you know what I mean? You want people to be like, okay, he was one of the best fighters in history. And you're going to do that by collecting belts, obviously being, multiple weight division champions or 3 or 4 time world champion, etc. And that's what Bivol's looking to do. Now, he was recently meant to be fighting Canelo Alvarez, but since this deal with PBC, as I said, Canelo is obviously going in a different direction, which leaves Bivol up in the air because he was waiting on Canelo. You know what I mean? He put all his eggs in the basket to try and fight Canelo. But that's not going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen this year. We'll be lucky if we see that fight maybe towards the back end of next year, because obviously this 3-fight deal. Now, Bivol has said that, do you know what I mean? He's open to fighting any fighter in his division at this moment in time. He wants to try and get out, for maybe October, because September's a bit late for him now. And Eddie Hearn has pretty much said that he's looking to try and make a match up between Dmitry Bivol and Dan Aziz. But we all know that in the background there's some talks with Dan Aziz versus potentially Joshua Buatsi as well. So it's still up in the air who exactly Dmitry Bivol's going to be fighting in October. But I think one thing for sure that we're quite confident on is that regardless of it being, let's say, a Dan Aziz, do you know what I mean? It could even be a Joshua Buatsi, we don't know. But one thing I do know is that we will see Dmitry Bivol fight this year. And then potentially, again, depending on what happens with the Canelo Alvarez versus Charlo fight, let's say if Charlo wins, then next year, we could potentially see, let's say, a Bivol versus Charlo, you know what I mean? Because he would drop weight, and he said that. But you guys can let me know your thoughts on this. Do you know what I mean? Would you like to see Dmitry Bivol come down a weight, from 175 to 168? Do you feel that he would have the same impact on fighters? Do you feel that he would carry the same punching power? Do you know what I mean? Do you feel that he would be as sharp and as classy and as strong for that weight? Or do you feel that he should just stay where he is or potentially move up? Do you know what I mean? To the next weight division. And lastly, do you know what I mean? Would you potentially like him to just hold out, for a potential big fight against Canelo Alvarez next year, and maybe fight a few minor fighters within his division, within the top 15 in his organisation. As always, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and please subscribe. Bless.